slight change of scenery this time round, down at Orchid Lake, down in Oxford. We just had this absolutely dinosaur of a fish. Just it was going like this morning, fishing the swim, going to Snags, which as the name suggests, got a load of snags down to the right hand margin. There's a little spot where I've just been trickling the bait in and actually watching them pick the baits up by hand. So I've been feeding them around there to get the confidence up, and then just placed the rod just off the snags. I had this one this morning. I think it's probably older than me, this fish. Just flip him around. Absolute stunner. It's been out for a couple of days, but the weather's been absolutely horrific. We just had torrential rain the whole time, so I haven't really been able to do any filming, so might be a bit of a short video diary this one, but at least I've managed to put a fish on the bank anyway. Alright, happy days.
A bright light, tunnel and a blue kite floating in the wind. Summer melts into a snow skate till you're hard to mend. Wake me up and then speak. A power to protect me, don't let it affect me. Spirals like a staircase, racing like a car chase. Pulses push the limits, testing my resistance. Cameras that capture moments that enrapture. Don't let go, no. Just
So this is the little spot behind me that I was talking about earlier. It's a little place that they call the aquarium. It's just an area where you can get right down to the water's edge and the snags. And there's so many fish in there. There's about 6 or 7 fish just constantly drifting through, and I've been trickling the Pacific tuna in over the last couple of days. It's been amazing to watch. I've literally seen fish in a few feet of water. As soon as the bait's hitting the deck, it just tails up on it straight away and just clearing the whole lot. It was crystal clear there yesterday, and now you can't even see the bottom, so they're just on the bait straight away. So I've been periodically just putting a few handfuls of the boilies in, just spreading them all around the snags, and then obviously on the outside as well where I'm fishing, just to try and draw them out and hopefully nick one. And obviously it's worked with that, but awesome one this morning. So obviously hitting hold tactics and fishing completely locked up. As soon as I've lifted into the fish, you just got to give them a bit of stick to get them away from the snags, but say everything's held and we've had one in the net, so yeah, happy days. So I'm just going to trickle a little bit more bait in now, get a rod back out from the spot, and hopefully might be able to nick another one. We've actually seen one that's at least twice the size of that one I had this morning, ghosting in and out in this little spot, so you never know, we might be able to might be able to nick a bigger one before we have to leave.
a bright light, tunnel and a blue kite floating in the wind. Summer melts into a snow skate till you're hard to mend. Wake me up and then speak. A bright light, tunnel and a blue kite floating in.
I just thought to give you a quick run through how the session's actually gone, because we pretty much had 72 hours of solid rain. It's just stopped me doing any filming altogether. I couldn't get the camera out in the rain, so we're actually a few days into the session. It's a bit of a Blakemere social. I've got Stu Chard, who fishes with me a lot on Blakemere. He's in the swim next door called Top Dugout. Got Dave, who owns Blakemere, and Stu Wareham, who fishes Blakemere a lot down the other end in a swim called Royal Box. So me and Stu arrived Monday morning about 7:30. We had a good look around. The lake was fairly quiet, so we had a decent choice of swims. So I've chosen a swim called a Snag, and Stu's next door in Top Dugout. Now, none of us have ever fished a lake before, so we're just trying to do as much research as we possibly could before we come down. So we know Top Dugout is one of the hot swims on the lake, really. It commands a lot of open water. There's a known spot, sort of 80 yards out, a nice little gravel plateau. So being next door to us, we decided to fish it as a team, really. We both put the mark out in between the two of us and just baited it and both put 2 rods on it each. That open water spot hasn't really done anything for us, because there was a lot of fish up and down that end on Monday and Tuesday. We haven't really seen much out in the open water. But down to me right in the snags, like I showed you before, that little area called the aquarium, there's been sort of groups of 6 or 7 fish coming through all the time. Some of them have been absolute units, and it's that one rod that's done the fish for me this morning. Like I said, I've just been topping it up with a couple of handfuls of the Pacific tuna. like every couple of hours, and they've just been coming in. As soon as they bait it in the deck, they're just tails up on it straight away. And like I say, it was crystal clear down there when I first got in the swim, but now you can't even see the bottom. It's just clouded it all up from feeding. So there's still fish in there now. I've just got one rod out at the moment, just down in the Snags. I can't see the open water spot really producing when it's gone quite warm again now. So I think the only chance might just be down in the Snags today. So I'm going to top the open water spot up with a little bit more bait later on, and then get the rods back out this evening. So we'll just see how we get on. I'm hoping we won't have any more rain now, so I'll be able to keep it updated a bit better, do a bit more filming while I'm here. But I've got to be up about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So fingers crossed, might have a chance for another one before we leave, but like I say, I'll keep you updated and I'll speak to you soon.
A bright